Hi there, I'm Mr. Chamberlain. I'm the Head of Economics, Business and Enterprise at St. Helena and St. Catherine. What I love teaching about economics is the relation to real life topics. So we look constantly at the Financial Times, we look at BBC News, and we try and relate A-level theories and apply them to real world situations.
I chose to study economics because I think it kind of deepens my understanding of the global current affairs that are happening right now, and also just government policies and how they will affect society in the future.
One practical use of economics is being able to see an argument from lots of different standpoints. We need to assess different viewpoints, look at different areas of society, and be able to evaluate our arguments, come up with a well-rounded solution that works for everybody.
I chose to study A-level economics because I already have a pre-existing interest in politics, and specifically in how it affects everyday people, and I found specifically the money and economic aspects of that really fascinating. So when I went to go see A-level economics, I thought that tied really nicely.
My favourite topic in economics is definitely game theory. That's something that we explore in the upper sixth within oligopolies. I really like it because it intertwines mathematics superbly well and gives you a flavour of what the subject is like at university.
Economics makes me see the world differently because I can view things from a different perspective. I can kind of see things on a graph and see how those patterns have repeated, almost relating to history, because I can imagine how those trends will be predicted and how that can kind of transform markets or production today.
One common misconception around economics is that it's all about money. Now, whilst there is some money involved and we look at financial markets and systems, it's so much broader than that. It's any allocation of scarce resources. So if you're interested in medicine, in sport, in government, politics, all of these things are encompassed by economics.
I'd say probably the biggest misconception about economics is probably finance bros. It's all kind of about money and people along Wall Street, when actually it's just about every day, it's everywhere.
So outside of the classroom, we look into a range of competitions. At the moment, we are doing the Wharton Global Investment Challenge.
So we're doing 2 teams of around, I think it's 5 or 6 of us, and you get a client and you have to invest in their interest.
So A-level economics is split into microeconomics and macroeconomics. In microeconomics, we look at individuals and firms, how they interact between themselves and also within themselves. Macroeconomics is looking at a wider picture. So we look at how countries operate, we look at the objectives like inflation, economic growth, balanced budget, balance of payments, but also how countries interact with each other. So for example, how Keir Starmer and Donald Trump agree to economic deals. How does India balance its conflict between economic growth and environmental sustainability?
One thing I love about economics is that you can predict the future with it, and it's not just about now and current. It's about predicting what could happen or looking at trends.